I guess it's show and tell time. I made this. Cool. Alright. It's a nice spinny stick. And it's very balanced. A very balanced spinny stick. That's the 72th dimension spinny stick. Chrysla sent her crystals to me. Presents. Amethyst. Which is very good because it's third eye and crown and everything exploded this week, so that'll help channel the energy that way into this bad boy. Magnets. You know magnets, right? Amazing, beautiful things. Crystals, like magnets, they know what they're doing. So these magnets hang by Chrysla's crystal. There you go. And they are sitting on this Tau Life Tribe crystal skull. See? So, boom. Get that shit going. And of course on this side there's a copper ring. Okay? You getting the gist of it all? Electromagnetic force, current, conduit, energy. We're trying to map out the physics of consciousness, because the one told us to go and look into that stuff, so we best be doing that. All I know is the physics of the three-dimensional world do not act the same, or they don't. They're exactly that. They're the physics of this dimension, of like we're actually in 4 dimensions, but we'll just call it 3 dimensions. So like we'll just call it 3 down here on Earth for now, and then you can get into other dimensions by just essentially it's different frequencies, dimension, frequency, density. Like it's kind of the same thing. These are just like the naming conventions we use, and then just because in our linear time frame in the 3-dimensional Earth, we think of things like time helps. I'm not even going to say it that way. Well, I'll just say it bluntly right now. Time helps in understanding what's the real the real. These are all just naming conventions. Don't be so attached to the naming conventions. What the real model of it all is frequency, sound, wave, quantum. Think quantum. Give me a second. And so if we keep things... Okay, in the meantime, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to use the terminologies that we've learned and that are essentially readily used in this dimension for now, because it's easy to speak with other people and translate ideas in those terms. Chakra, frequency, hertz, Tesla, Fibonacci, higher self, like these kind of words. We'll just use these words as tools for now. because like frequency essentially doesn't have a human, quote unquote, human language. Frequency does not have that. It its closest language per se is numbers and or musical notes or something along those lines, and colors. That's its language that we can perceive logically. Numbers, things like that. Trine this and square that and like that those terms, we can use them right now, but in essence they're just labels that our logical mind here on earth, 3 dimensions, can understand. But the real thing is, it's in here. So logic is okay. We use it to understand, to make light of things. But in the heart, this is once you feel it here, once you feel it in your heart, and you can, it's as if the mind, I don't like saying this, the mind convinces the heart, and then the heart evaluates, and then it feels good. It's an endless circle anyways, chicken and an egg. It doesn't matter. But wherever you get to the insertion point, always check the other one, because it's the plus minus. Okay, guys, this is like positive, negative. And not negative meaning bad. It's just negative meaning that's the way the charge goes. ECDC mofos. Alternating current, direct current. No, okay. It's kind of like alternating current, I guess, is what we... When you get an idea, thought, it's always good to check with your heart. This is your real mind. Your heart is your mind. Like, our mind is, there's many minds, guys, but just generally within this structure here, I'm in the picture. You got a heart, you got a mind, you also got a gut, and emotions go around in this area, you'll feel, and then the heart also can attach into like the mind. See, it's a system. Then we just use this, like, our physical 3-dimensional body to do stuff. But essentially, don't let the mind control the heart. Allow the heart to control the mind, to let the mind do what it's supposed to do, which is logically go out to the subconscious, the superconscious, the collective conscious, relay the message of the heart, and then the superconscious will just relay it back to you. This is our messaging system. Then it comes back to the heart again. Then you're allowed to do inspired action. Never take action unless it's inspired, guys. No matter what. And then if it is a task you have to do, make sure you're putting love into that task. Washing dishes, walking Lily, making your coffee, making lunches, and whatever you're doing, driving to work even, whatever those actions are, make sure they're at the highest vibration of like love, and say, hey, I'm joyful for driving to work, even if it's an hour commute. You can use that time to reflect, focus, do a lot of mantras. Be careful the mantra. You don't have to be mantra driving and stuff. But you know what I mean. You can do voice mantras, like you could do Namo Guru Dev Namo while you're driving. I do it while I'm like walking and skateboarding and stuff. That's hot still. We'll have biscotti first. So that's that. Heart. The heart and the mind. Like, you can call it even just the brain, because it's just a computer. Okay? That's a computer. This is the essentially the CPU. Like, this is the heart is the, as long as you got like the heartbeat, follow that, make sure it feels good. You'll feel it here, high heart, boom boom. You're gonna feel like you're gonna cry. It's in your throat chakra, meaning you want your message to get out to the world. So it's all in the heart. Feel the heart. The rest will follow. We'll use technology. Well, use technology too. That's what it's all about. We use technology in the meantime to get to the other, like, we can't call it super conscious. We'll just call it the ultimate, like the one. We just call it the one, okay? We're all part of the one. yet we're all separate and different perspectives of the one, which is all ourselves. The whole idea of this existence, the whole idea is to just like break apart, okay? Breaking apart is going to hurt, and then remembering, okay? So we break apart, we're a singularity, then we break apart to a duality. Is what happened. That's what the universe did, you know? The universe, meaning that's what we did. And then when it broke up, when it created Om, the sound, and then it broke apart, okay, caused duality. Sorry, it should be like that. It caused duality. And then from the duality, it mixed these two things, created Trinity. Okay, that's like when you mix the positive and the negative, you'll get something else. And that something else is the Trinity, essentially. And then when these three things continue to break apart and try to understand what it is of what it is, that's all we do. I meet you, you meet me, we learn, we teach, we go our separate ways, we grow. We have already grown in this whole primordial soup of universeness. We all have our own little piece of the pie and recipe, and it's all important because you know, it put all our ideas and thoughts all together, collectively manifesting what we see in this world. But individually, you are observing your piece, your frequency of, in each and every moment, you are observing your frequency uh, of what your deep core self, soul, is focused on in the grand scheme of the puzzle. Get it? So, and then if you, to know you're in the right direction is to feel good, like a real joy, and you know that it's you're really hitting on it when you your high heart gets activated. You can feel your high heart. It'll swell from here to here. It feels like you're gonna cry, but it doesn't. You don't. You can cry. You cry a little bit, but you don't like bawl out. It just kind of essentially stops in the throat. It settles down, and then it. I guess I figured, or through our hangouts and stuff, we figured out. That's why when you figure out the high heart is right here. When you feel a swelling there, you know you're on the right track. To get on the right track, you just do things that you feel good doing. I like drawing and I like playing music, and then sharing that knowledge, that those creations to the world. And I also like doing like internet marketing, entrepreneurial, like business building, and that's really fun because I get to help people, and it's all in like kind of it is in the, like the marketing and network marketing industry, but at the same time, we use that as a vehicle to do our personal growth. So it's good. You get personal growth. You get some technical network marketing, internet marketing stuff like computing stuff that I really like. I do music and art. I combine that. That's my little piece of the puzzle, and I try to raise the consciousness through love, unity, kindness, goodwill, grace. You know, just those kind of inspiration, those kind of words. That's what I'm here for. But I'm just is this as an encompassing teaching or such of like that's what I've kind of learned in the last couple of days is that we're 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 all separates from the one, different perspectives looking at the one, but in a sense we are not apart from the whole one. If you can imagine that, that's essentially what life is all about. We started off as a singular little small infinitesimal small dot. There was a sound of Om of such, and then it, it became what it is. It became a ripple, like a that's it. It's a single vibration, and then by the bare sense of wanting to know what that vibration was, that the original sound of Om, the original, it created a duality, it created the Trinity, and then it pulses, which creates a sound wave, which created other uh, by then don't think of it as many particles because it's the same particle, but in a sense because it can move um, infinitesimally fast, meaning it can go from here to here in it, whatever. It just there is no time. There's no time between going here to here. But if we were to slow down our perception of that, yeah, it would go here to here to here to here to here, and all this one little particle ever did, universe particle, which we all are, anyways. It just, and this is funny because I like using the moniker of Scribble Ninja, but in a sense, that's what it's been doing all along, scribbling. But it does it in such a concise action reaction sort of way that it created, if you can envision the flower of life, like the seed of life, the flower of life, the tree of life. That's the natural vibration of all of it. And then by the different vibrations and particles smashing into each other over time creates real seeds, water, flower, gases, smoke, clouds. You know what I mean? It created all the other stuff, but it's just doing this, and the thing is there is no time. Like it's doing this in every single moment. That's why like everything that you see is in the quantum field, and essentially it's a nice little drawing that we're doing all together. It's a nice painting of quantum field. We're just painting the quantum field. Think of it that way. And then you get to see the different perspectives of the quantum field, different frequencies. If you want to talk to aliens, you just switch the channel. You go into alien frequency. If you want to talk to fairies or see more fairies or like, call upon the dragons or your past life and future life, all the past life and future life are different frequencies. So you can think of, but do not think that it is lower then, but you can think of like birth, and then if this is birth, and all your years are different um, layers of the onion, of like the skin. So, for example, someone who's 25 years old has 25 frequencies in essence, but don't think of it that way either, because even within all those years, quote unquote, 25 years, you can slicey dicey all the little frequencies that person has perceived. And the thing is, all the previous perceptions get built on the next iteration of your growth, and it's all there all the time, and infinitely and never ending. So I'm gonna say this one thing. In essence, the in essence, the meaning of life is to just enjoy the ride through the wave of frequencies of which you wish to watch. It's just like watching TV, but it's a wonderful experience. TV. Switch your frequency and you'll switch your mind, and it'll go to your heart. If it feels good, that's your emotional compass to say you're on the right track of whatever the heck you're looking for or trying to do or create or manifest. And that's kind of essentially the trick. And then you just keep on doing that every day, every night. Dreams are actually reality. Sorry, I gotta fix this thing. Dreams are actually reality, and like our conscious state is actually the dream. So if that makes sense, then it all kind of blends together. Now, the whole idea of this thing is I wanted to, well, yeah, I wanted to do this. Just 2 seconds of this because it was what I wanted to record is just this. Just like F7, C7, or that, or this. And D. Well, this is F C, right? But D5. D7, obviously. D7. C7. The other way. Two ways of hearing F. Like F7. Yeah, sorry. That's it. Peace, namaste. Take care, everybody. Later. Love one.